What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another edition of Holy Try Football Podcast, March Madness edition. The brackets are out. It's Tuesday of March Madness week. First round this weekend. Round of 64. It's the first round. These are the playing games. It's not. Do we have an answer? I don't watch anything. Do we have an answer why the playing games are the 10 line this year?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. I didn't.
That is different. I did not know that.
Yeah. I guess. I mean, I don't know if that was. Is it pre? No, I guess they have to wait how the conference tournaments go because if there are like a bunch of NC States and here's another example, Duquesne's that win the conference tournaments, then they could. I mean, they can't just automatically give them 9 or 10 seeds, right?
Right.
So I guess they have to shift that around based on how the conference tournaments go.
Yeah, they clearly didn't though, because I mean Duquesne they were just going to write in A10 champ on that 11 line. Duquesne should not be an 11, but
well, no, I mean not if Dayton would have won, right?
Oh no, but but it was VCU Duquesne. Either way,
yeah,
whatever. It's me, AY. Boost the capital boost at the Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, to my west, out near the festivities this week. Dan.
Yeah, there were thoughts of a trip down to Dayton either tonight or tomorrow, but that was all.
What's the distance there? What's the time?
I think it's only like 45 minutes. So, yeah, it would have worked out, but the aforementioned NC States of the world, Duquesne, which is kind of funny. Who else? I'm missing some other ones, right? Who else were the quote unquote bid thieves? Oregon, and I mean, maybe it looks like New Mexico wasn't going to get in. Had they not won, I don't know. Yeah, those teams had other ideas about my midweek Dayton trip.
Cam, to my east, what's up?
Oh man, enjoying life. The weather percolating up. Went down a little bit again this week, but was certainly enjoying the 65, 70 degree weather last week. Got some ballage in, which is right in time for March, and we did our first couple of weeks of this year. We had a couple of shows, and then we have a couple of month hiatus, and now we're back. How was your winter, everybody? Spring football going strong everywhere.
Yeah.
Any news and notes we want to touch on right now for college football?
Other than
Nick Saban retiring. We haven't gotten our thoughts out there yet, at least on these platforms. All right.
I have no thoughts. Good riddance.
That's
my thought. Good riddance.
Good riddance on that one. Okay. Yeah. Dan, thoughts on your snubbage? I guess. Do we need to talk? Basketball.
Oh no, I just mentioned. I mean, it was pretty. I mean, it's pretty formulaic. Even before all that transpired, felt like they really had to beat North Carolina because, as I've been saying for the last couple months, you cannot.
The act is pretty ass.
You cannot lose to Vanover in any form, whether he's at Oral Bob, Arkansas, or Mizzou. Yeah, that's kind of a hammer in the lake whenever you look at things otherwise with the being swept by Syracuse and Clemson. So. Yeah, it sucks because you felt, and I think they were playing enough, but that's not really the point. There are other teams that got left out that were playing well enough to do something.
Yeah,
it's a resume based, and I don't
know how they didn't let Providence or St. John's in some of those Big East teams. I was surprised
because they love the Mountain West.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
We'll get to it though in due time.
In due time.
And then, I don't think the Buzzard really should have got in either.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of that ESPN drum pounding for the SEC.
Yeah.
But
those are the ones that I had the Mountain West inclusion, and then the Buzzard. I'm trying to think. Looking now, I was looking earlier. People were throwing shade at TCU. I don't know. I don't really look at them as a possible out. And I guess the most directly, for Pitt's sake, at least
It wasn't Jamie bid stealing from Pitt.
No, it was I think probably Virginia is the one.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have that, even though they lost to Pitt head to head, they didn't have that terrible loss.
That is disgusting. Virginia is gross.
Yeah.
All right. But the field is almost completely set now. We've got 3 more games to set, right?
I don't know that we'll be getting a champion from any of these 3 games, so we should
Hard
be
to
good.
say. Yeah. I don't believe so either.
I don't believe so either.
There's Boise in Colorado. Oh, God.
I got a story about that. We'll get to that as I finish. I just have this finish with South, and I'm doing that right now. And that's a tricky game.
Yeah.
Tricky.
All right. Well, Kevin McCullough Jr. will miss the NCAA tournament.
I did see that about an hour ago.
I did not. Well, spoiler alert. I had them lose in the first round anyways.
Samford.
Yeah, you gotta take some
Goes
shots.
to Bobby Bowden. But Dickinson is playing?
I guess, yeah.
The Hunt.
What a weird year. What a weird year for Self.
I thought in the reports I heard were McCullough could have played in the Big 12 tourney, but Dickinson had no chance.
I haven't seen the interview or if there was any reasoning given from Self, but my initial instinct is to say he probably just doesn't want to risk anything from an NBA standpoint. But he's been dealing with this all year, so. And he re-aggravated. He came back and re-aggravated again, so probably just doesn't want to risk it. I mean, I don't blame him, but sucks if you're a Kansas fan and they had no depth to begin with already.
Oh, their hen is cooked.
Yeah. They're trouble. And I mean, if you're paying her, it's got to be the year, right? The road does not get any better than what they've given them this year.
Please,
right?
We'll get there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, we'll get there.
All right. Shall we get on the road then? The road to the final road to where are they going this year? Where is it?
Phoenix.
The Valley of the Sun.
Dan, your return from there. Any good recommendations for anybody that may be on that same road and going?
The Jimmy John's in Old Town, Phoenix, fantastic cuisine.
Very good.
I can't remember the name of the place. It was so we went to the Paddy Wagon in Florida twice.
Different ones, but I think there was a Paddy's that was a lot of fun, also in Old Town Phoenix. And I would, say go to the Waste Management Open once. But that will not coincide. Yeah. For those that are in the Bradenton area and going to these Paddy Wagons, we also recommend the Gator Club. The Gator Club, also good.
Gator with a Y.
No, Gator with a Y. Though I forget if that was in Bradenton or not.
I couldn't tell you where we stayed. I know we're in those parts, and I was in the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, but I don't really know where I was for a lot of that trip.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Why don't we dive in then? Where are we starting? The East? What do you want to start?
Top left.
Sure.
All righty.
Con Stetson layup.
Can we do the old?
Not for Stetson, right? For
we don't have to spoil it if so, but any ones over 16s.
I have a lot of ones over 16s.
Okay.
I think I've got all of them.
The only one,
any 16, no 16s over ones.
only one that has a chance is if Purdue's close at halftime against Montana State. We saw what Montana State did in the Big Sky tournament in the second halves.
They need their announcer to propel them to victory.
Yeah, only if they have that same guy. What the hell is his name again? I
announcer.
can't remember. Joe something or other.
They scored what, like 70 on Weber in the second half? No, they're moving on.
No 15s over 2s.
I don't have any 15s over 2s.
I tried hard. No.
Does that mean if you tried hard by transitive property, do you have a 14 over 3?
Keep an eye out for the hometown Cox. But no, I mean, Barnes has been hearing all this rumblage about his March record and stuff, so I think he'll come out firing, especially after the way they ended the season late. Losing a good game against against Kentucky, and then getting absolutely pummeled by South Carolina. That was surprising. Oh, no, it wasn't South Carolina. Mississippi State. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll stop there then.
Yeah.
Because I suspect they may be cooking up a 14 over 3.
All right. So in the East.
Oh, yeah.
In the East, 14 over 3. Who's
got
14-3? You have that one.
I'm a big fan of Riley Minix from the OVC. Illinois plays none defense. So can they make a run? Sure. They win the Big Ten tournament title? Yes. They could lose any game with this defense. And Moorhead slows it down. Minix is amazing. Their best player, preseason player of the year, was injured before the year even started. Minix stepped up. Like me some
OVC action. I did see somebody tweeted about that. Like last couple of years, anybody that has a certain rank in the tempo, and then you play against somebody that slows it down, it always goes to the guys that slow it down. So there were, I think, like 5 matchups that fit that.
Oh,
and this was one of them.
Yeah, I do look at that. And I guess off the top, I'll mention it here for once. Every metric I do reference, which I'm not going to go by the book completely, but everything is since Valentine's Day. It's month data, 9 to 10 games per team. I know Ken Palm uses more of a season-long. Fine. Everyone has their own ways of doing it. Everything I look at is from the last 9, 10 games.
No Sagarin. RIP, pour one out.
No Sag, no Evan Maya, no shot quality. My own stuff. My own little formula.
Elixir.
So, Florida Atlantic Northwestern.
I'm going to Big Ten pride here.
Me too. Boo booey.
I'm done. That
boo.
The AAC basketball I've watched, which is a combined like 2.5 games this season, absolutely just wacky and nutty. So,
and Florida Atlantic has been tapped out the whole season. I've heard from third hand, friend of a friend in coaching circles that Dusty's got his eye. He's allegedly the man at the Ville. So
interesting.
We shall see. Especially he was also involved allegedly in the Ohio State coaching discussions as well. They've obviously they've since moved on. And he is allegedly the number 2 guy for the Ville, and it sounds like their number 1 will not be in play soon. So,
although I think they lost. Were they losing to the Nellies tonight of Cornell?
Who's Ohio State? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I did not see.
Yeah, clean sweep on Northwestern. Boo-booey. This team plays good in big games, and FAU 189th adjusted defensive efficiency.
Diebler did win in his first game as head coach.
Nice.
So yeah,
head coach, non-intro.
They've been kind of waiting all year for this, but I think no thanks. San Diego State UAB.
Do you think San Diego State is getting too much respect here?
Yes.
In the committee.
Yes, but I also think UAB is too.
It's not that good, yeah.
They were the other bid stealer I was thinking. So Thank you. Go Kick Rocks, FAU, and or obviously South Florida didn't get in.
Kennedy here. I'll go San Diego State here to
Yeah, how about that, Dan? South Florida, the top seed in that conference tournament.
Oh,
They have some real. You talk about losing to Vanover. Their non-conference has some real hammers and lakes losses. I mean, they lost to like I'll pull it up here while we're chatting. I can't remember offhand, but I remember looking at it because they were obviously when you
Mike
look
Brown
at
knew it was tournament or bust for them.
Yeah.
But
you look at it and they're like, okay, they're on the 11 line. So does that mean they're going to make it if they lose in the AAC tournament? And then they lost to Tulsa, which is obviously a dreadful loss. And they have I think it was I think they lost 3 in a row, just really, really lousy. Maine, Hofstra, and UMass. That's hard to come back.
Frank Martin taking care of business.
Let's pump the brakes here. Frank Martin did a great job at UMass this year.
Fair, true. All right, yeah, but the first two, I rest my case.
He finished in like 5th, I think, in that conference.
And they lost. By the way, they lost to Hofstra by 19.
I'm so mad that Hofstra got Drew Stony Brook the day after Stony Brook had that massive comeback against Drexel, and Stony Brook ran him out of the gym. And then they took Charleston to win it.
Hot shooting. They rode the momentum. Not surprising.
It was that Long Island pride.
So I am, spoiler alert, I am picking against the Mountain West.
Everyone.
Going Blazers.
I'm going Blazers, yep.
Oh, okay.
I have a vendetta at this point. I mean, it's ridiculous. So you had the one, I look back, the last 5 tournaments, I need not continue to research. The last 5 tournaments that were played, Nevada had the nice run to the Sweet 16 where they beat whoever, and then they beat Cincy. But Cincy always lost in the first or second round with Mick. But they were the 2 seed, so credit where it's due. And then obviously San Diego State's run to the final last year. No other team won the last 5 tournaments, and they got multiple teams in every year. As many as I think they had 4. I don't get it. You don't give 4 bids out to the Horizon League because Butler makes it to back-to-back or whatever it was, two NCAA tournament finals in 3 seasons. You don't do. It's just ridiculous. There's not much meat on the bone. This Nevada team that we'll get to, I'm sure that might be your sneaky team, AY. If I could sniff it out.
Oh, the metrics love them.
I'm aware. So they're the one. They had that nice run in Hawaii. What did that get you? They beat Georgia Tech. They beat not Nevada. They are Nevada. They beat TCU and they beat somebody. But it's like, okay, everybody's complaining about TCU limping into the tournament. So,
metrics too. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to get to the next region to hear about the New Mexico too, because there's some. I mean, obviously, we know their talent, starting 5 talent.
So all the former NBA players, the random former NBA players' sons.
We will get there. Let's bust the rest of this. Auburn, Yale. I got Auburn.
Auburn.
Yale with that miracle end to their tournament.
Yeah, I kind of like Yale, but I don't like Auburn. I'll give this one. BYU, Duquesne.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Dukes win, but I got BYU.
Any pride there, yeah, for the hometown team.
This doesn't make much sense. I'm going to go the defensive. BYU 147, Dayton 7th. Give me the Dukes in the upset here. I'm also still a little bitter at BYU for getting boat race in the first half of that Texas Tech game.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah, that's another team. You look at that, and you like, oh, they'd be, certainly right in the mix for the WCC if they were in that JV conference. But then, they actually go play the Big 12, and they're whatever. What were they, like 12-8 or something?
They're pretty good.
They were the 5 seed. Yeah, they were the 5. Pretty good run.
The defense rests on that.
So we got Dukes there. Illinois, Moorhead. Look, Illinois could make a run to the Final Four, but at some point the D's going to bite them. And like we were saying, slow the game down. If Illinois wins this, they would get.
They were 10-8, by the way.
It would get BYU, Duquesne, Tempo, Duquesne 291, BYU 108. So I don't know. We'll say.
I'm going to Illini over BYU. Illini, one of my favorite teams to watch this year.
This does remind you of the Iowa team a few years back. Keegan Murray.
It's true. They can
red
score.
hot, great offense, awful defense. Ran into a Richmond team that slowed them down.
Yeah. The thing is, they have some pieces on defense. The Coleman Hawkins, real long. He's pretty good at defense. I think he.
Oh, please, Ken. Do not talk to me about Coleman Hawkins.
He is an ugly. He's ugly.
He's just gross out there too. He played one of the worst basketball games I've ever seen against Purdue 2 months ago.
Dan, you going to Illini?
I am, yeah. Oh, over BYU or no?
No, over Moorhead.
Okay, yeah, Moorhead, yes.
I'll be playing that. Sprinkle the money line like VR. Drake Wazoo. A week ago, I took Stanford to beat Wazoo in the Pac-12, and Drake's better than Stanford, so I'm going Drake.
Yep, Drake here. Wazoo, Charlie fuck around team beats Arizona. They swept them, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they beat twice.
And they lost to who'd they lose to right after that? Was it Tinkle? Something like that.
Probably.
Yeah.
And then Iowa State. All right, Ken, you want to take it? You want to take us through your East?
Yeah, I mean, I've got UConn beat Northwestern. Auburn. I mean, I like how Pearl's kept building this team, and they've had some impressive victories. So I've got them making it out against San Diego State and playing UConn there. I've got, like I said, I like Illinois, and I've got Illinois beating Iowa State. That offense beating the defense of Iowa State. Nice story there, but I think the offense will carry the day there for Illinois. So I've got Illinois and UConn in the regional finals.
Okay.
And I've got UConn moving on.
Yeah, we kind of skipped over them a lot because they're just straight wagon.
Yep.
This, there's been just an info dump from everywhere of trend stats and whatnot this week, but one of them was the reigning national champ hasn't made it to Elite Eight in
that was
2 years.
Yep.
I feel if I look back at the last 16, I think this would be a podium finish of confidence as far as what the team brought back and what they look like this year. So I think they're
feels like Florida.
It was since Florida, yeah. This team is certainly built for that.
Yep.
Dan, where are you going?
Okay, so I got Con over Northwestern, Auburn over UAB in the battle for Alabama. I do have that BYU team I just ripped on beating Illinois. There, if the defense that AY talked about, gives those guys space.
So you have a rematch, Big 12 rematch in there.
Big 12 rematch, yeah. Iowa State over Drake. Infamous game also in football, randomly scheduled, I believe, at one point, Iowa State versus Drake. Then Con over Auburn, Iowa State over BYU, and then also Con to the Final Four.
Also saw that there hasn't been a 1-2 regional final in like 5 years.
Wow.
2020 didn't happen. So 4 years, but yeah, I think it was Duke's party I saw.
Gotcha.
2019.
That's a good one.
That was the Zion?
Believe so, yes. Yeah, because I was watching that at my solo apartment. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good game.
Yeah.
Con over Northwestern. I'll take the Aztecs over Auburn.
The Aztecnicians.
I know Ken Palm is obsessed with Auburn. Torvik is too. I just don't trust him. I have Duquesne over Moorhead. And Iowa State over Drake. That could be a good game. We'll see what DeVries can do in that one. Obviously, Iowa State over Duquesne and Con over SDSU in the rematch of last year. So I do not care that a 1-2 hasn't happened since 19 because I also have Con versus the Clones.
Whoa! AY going chalk.
Yeah, and what they say is the hardest region. I know some folks, Baxi, obsessed with Auburn and Illinois.
I saw them talk about the net rankings and how like that region is like adding up the top 4 seeds is like 20, and every other region adding up the top 4 seeds is like in the 40s.
Checks out, yeah. It's a good metric region, but and well, I have 1-2 in the end, so yeah. Con Final Four. Believe me, I would love to pick an upset, but with them, but they're good.
mean, they look so damn good this year. It's hard. It's hard.
It is. Let's go down to the bottom. Carolina over now.
Wagner, the Wagners.
Wagner. Sparty versus Klanga.
Hold on. Can I say something? I've been trying to figure out who this McNeely looks like. Does he look like? Who's he look like?
I don't know.
I can't put my finger on it. It's been bugging me for a couple of weeks now. All right, continue. Sorry.
This is a tough one to pick.
I'm going Klanga.
Does he? I know who he is. McNeely looks like fucking the professor, the N1 mixtape guy.
I got you. Yeah.
You looking at this picture of him?
I mean, I see. I know what he looks like from.
Yeah.
I'll give him another look when he's on the line or something. Now he's just pivoting in the front court.
I'm going Klanga as well in the battle of MSU. Wouldn't be surprised if Michigan State ends in the Sweet 16 though.
I'm going to give you my reason. State is 38th in offense.
Which state?
Oh yeah, Klanga 50. Klanga top 55 in both offense and defense. Sparty 151 offense since Valentine's Day in efficiency, and Klanga 12th in offense rebounding. Throw up bricks. The old Texas A&M Houston thing. Throw up bricks and just rebound it and put it back up. Or North Carolina.
What's that big guy on their team again? Drawing a complete blank on his name.
On Klanga?
Yeah. They've got some monster guy that had 78 rebounds against Pitt last year, even though Pitt beat him.
Oh, no, Ken, I'm assuming you're going Big Ten Sparty here.
I'm going Sparty mainly because I want to see Hubert against Izzo, but I've absolutely hated this Sparty team all year.
Tolu Smith is the guy's name from Michigan or from Mississippi State.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. There you go. Totally, yeah. Wasn't Sparty they were in 8-9 in the Big Ten tournament too?
Yeah, they were not good this year. I don't know how they made it in so comfortably.
Oh, you don't?
Oh,
because Michigan State.
Yes.
Because
they are disgusting.
Yeah, I am. To your point, Ken, you made earlier about St. John's, especially. I was talking to you whenever that was Saturday, that all of these, the establishment characters, the Rick Tater, and I was surprised I Screwed Up didn't make it in as well. Indiana State with their meme player, Hispanic Jokic.
GCU St. Mary's.
Gales for me.
Yeah, I'll go with Gales, but I mean, I always hate the Gales come tournament time.
I will say about the Gales, I feel like they won one big game all year. They beat Gonzaga once, correct?
Twice.
Oh, they did sweep them, and then they
lost. No, in the championship.
Oh, they did win the championship.
Yeah, they won.
Really, I wasn't up watching that.
They won
on the road. They won on the road at Gonzaga, and then they won in the championship.
So they took 2 out of 3. Ultimately, I just said
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they won the one on the road and the one in neutral court, or as they like to say, I was about to say Store South.
The Kennel.
Yeah, Kennel South. I forget where Gonzaga actually is.
Spokane South.
Spokane South. Yeah, Spokane South.
All right.
This game is just an absolute rock fight. I am going against. I'm going against the metrics here. I've owned Grand Canyon every year of the slow draft.
Lopage.
I think we're going on. I think we just finished year 8 this year. And every year they get bumped up 2 rounds for keeper. So this year they're like an 8th rounder for me. So I had them like almost last. And they got me max points. And St. Mary's is just so freaking slow. They're 356 in adjusted tempo.
Love
Like,
it.
as long as it's GCU can hit some shots, we're gonna be in it at the end, and who knows? So give me Grand Canyon. This next one, I make Charleston a 7-point favorite.
Here we go.
So
I do not. I
This
get
is
all
my biggest difference of the first round. Is this game?
all right. What is
Charleston.
the line on this game?
They were catching
8?
8.5 the other day.
Yeah.
8.5, 9, somewhere in there. But yeah, I will be. This is my favorite, my biggest edge. Edge, I put in quotations here because we'll see how much of an edge it really is. But
If you want to jump off the edge.
perceived edge. Cam, where you going?
I'm going Alabama.
209th in defense. This team.
Again, I'm not worried about those offensive teams like the Kentucky and stuff. I think they'll be all right.
I also saw this opening total is now up to the highest total in the tournament since '95.
Wow. I'm seeing 173.5.
It's even higher. I saw it was 172 earlier.
Crazy.
That's so freaking high.
Yeah. So that's one of those. Yeah. If they don't
There's
win by
gonna be-
20, it's probably be close.
There's going to be Charleston's going to shoot 35 threes. Alabama's probably going to shoot 30. This is going to be amazing.
7:35 too. They well slotted at 7:35 on Friday.
Prime time.
Who makes more threes? Whoever does wins the game. Can't wait. Here you go. Clemson, New Mexico. Look, Clemson completely let me down in the ACC tournament.
Absolutely. I'm going.
They lost to BC, right?
Yeah.
They got housed by BC. Is that correct?
Yes, that thing was on an absolute.
I thought BC was gonna win it all.
For him.
I thought BC was gonna win it all.
That thing could not have been set up better for Clemson.
Yep.
And New Mexico, they're on my slow draft team. I waited all year for this. Where was this all year?
Potato.
They're finally healthy. They're finally healthy. I should have mentioned this at some point. I don't know when. I don't have facts behind this. I need to dig it up. But I know there's a thing with altitude teams
Oh my God.
going back down to the normal, going down to sea level ish.
Regular elevation, going back
Not
down.
playing at altitude. I know that the long game doesn't go as well here. So there for that, New Mexico, Colorado State tonight. I mean, a one game sample now, but so it's just something, a note you dig into.
Yeah.
I don't care. Clemson pissed me off too much from New Mexico.
All right.
I'm going to Mexico. Go Patino. He's got to carry the family crest here.
Three Baylor, Colgate. Either Colgate stuns this team or Baylor wins by 35.
Could you see it playing out like the old? Was that 2021? The Gators jumped out on Arkansas and then cratered. I don't know if Baylor really plays that style where they can just kind of mess around and then sick them.
I hope not. I hope they don't mess around too much. I bet them. So I hope they take care of business from the beginning. I've got Baylor moving on here comfortably. I'm not a believer in the Gators.
The only thing that could trouble here is Baylor's 300th in turnover rate. Not great.
No, yeah. So maybe that does speak to the theory, but yeah, I got them. I've got the Baylor advancing.
Yeah, as do I. Dayton, Nevada.
I've not been a believer in Dayton all year.
I wasn't until I guess Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of just fell off in the middle of
I
February.
will go with Dan here in his WVU jihad, but in his Mountain West jihad here.
Yep.
And I will take Dayton.
I'm going to Nevada. They're. I mean, you sent it out. They're 23rd in the adjusted rank since Valentine's Day. Whatever that's worth. I mean, they're doing something right, but again, they lost their last game, and they're altitude team, but they are playing Salt Lake City.
And I will say this: as experienced as he is at this point, Alford, I don't remember him doing anything of note ever in the tournament. Like this guy even have a tournament win,
right?
Because the Muscle Man was the coach for Nevada when they made that run I referenced earlier.
Yep.
And I remember he definitely lost to like Northwestern State. So he won one game in 2001 with Iowa. He won one game. No, he won twice at New Mexico. And then they had some nice, I should say, he had some nice runs with his UCLA team. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
With old Thomas Welsh shooting the 15-footers.
Right.
Oh, gosh, yeah, you're right.
And then Bryce Alford was involved at that point. Because you know what it was? They beat that SMU team that I think I might have had in the Final Four. There's tape of it somewhere out on the internet. I had Smoo going all the way to the certainly the Elite Eight, maybe the Final Four, and they beat him with the young Alford. So not this time around, though.
Not this time around. Are you going Dayton? The jihad. This is exactly what we were expecting from this game. 5-4 this game.
Yep. And Zona over the beach.
Yep.
This is the crazy. I will say, Keats and NC State is up there, but the craziest is the coach getting fired for Long Beach State, and then they go win the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's coaching them, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
And they're standing firm on their decision.
Wow.
They took out Irvine and
UC Davis in the finals.
Irvine and Davis. They didn't fluke their way through that tournament. They took out Riverside, who was hotter than hell. Yeah, well deserved. Good for him.
Going out on top.
Not the firing deserved, but oh my, this is just freaking gross.
The first NCAA tournament for the Beach also since 2012. I feel like they're a more frequent player than that, but they must have lost and had good Big West seasons along the way. So,
all right, Dan, finish us off here.
All right, so I got Carolina over Mississippi State. St. Mary's taking out Bammer in the battle of the pace and style, the clash of styles. Baylor over Klemp, Arizona over Dayton, and then Arizona over Baylor, Carolina over St. Mary's. Yet another 1v2. But don't worry, we're getting to the good part.
We're getting to the good part.
Don't let this smoke screen you that I'm a chalk donkey.
Okay.
I think UNC will have their second toughest game of the bracket here in the second round against Sparty. Obviously, Izzo gets his teams up to play for games like these. But I think it's just a little too dysfunctional. But you never know what you're going to get, especially with a team with alleged talent. Sparty, preseason number 4, I believe, right? So
yeah, they
have the goods, allegedly. Will they step up and make a run of it? Who knows? But I've got UNC making it past them. Got Bama winning in the battle of the pace, scoring a lot, and then it could be going up and down against UNC. I got UNC making it through there. I've got Baylage making it through against Arizona. So I got they'll make it past Patino, and then they'll play Arizona. Arizona, they're just a weird team. They'll win something by 20, and then they'll turn around and lose by 20. They lost to Stanford by 20. They lost to obviously Washington State by a couple of times by 20. They're a really weird team. They lost the USC team before, on Sunday, and they turn around and beat them by 20. So, you never know what you're going to get out of them. I think, you'll get a good game here and there, but against Baylor, I do expect them to fall. I'll take Drew and his coaching in that matchup for a UNC Baylor matchup. And I'll take UNC to make it through.
Okay. I got Carolina over Mississippi State over Clanging. Charleston over Grand Canyon. Baylor over New Mexico. Nevada over Arizona.
Look at this explosion happening.
I think this. I think this altitude is going to help Nevada out.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina versus Charleston in the Sweet 16. I have Carolina winning that. I know not a lot. I guess just things I randomly see. Kind of not poo-pooing Carolina, but calling them the weakest one. I think that's fair. But
they're the number 4 seed.
That's fair, but I think this team plays great defense. They rebound the ball great, and that second round game is gonna be tough. Absolutely. But I think of Charleston here, Baylor, New Mexico, Baylor, Nevada. I got Baylor. I thought Baylor was gonna win the Big 12 tournament. That didn't work, so maybe I'm trying again here for the West Regional, and I have them winning the West Regional. They don't. The numbers don't really say it, but the numbers on everything. They're a little grown up now. Turnovers could be an issue. They don't play the best defense, but get hot for a few games. They can score. Why not Baylor? Baylor in the Final Four.
Okay.
Jordan Kahn.
Not a bad pick.
What's the Rothstein nickname for Baylor and Scott Drew? Mission Impossible?
I don't know. I don't. He's too much volume for me. Although I did go through him today because he tweeted out the All-American teams. I was curious to see who made their team. All right, moving to the South. Houston over Longwood. I can't believe you didn't send us this Wiener conspiracy or going around.
What? I don't think I've seen it. No, I don't think I've seen it. Was it with Houston?
Yeah, a few years ago it was. Let me pull it up. It was a disturbing bracket trend. In 2015, Oral Roberts.
Okay.
Won. 2022, St. Peter's. In 2023, Fairleigh Dickinson. So they're saying 2024, Houston faces Longwood. It's making its rounds like 3 different chats, and I was like, something.
Could be something.
Could be
Scott
something.
Drew Evolution is the Rothstein tweet for Baylor, by the way.
Scott Drew Evolution.
There you go.
Well, Houston takes care of business in the first round. Nebraska A&M. Maybe this is a top 3 excited game. Top 3 game I want to see.
Tominaga.
This is Hoiberg, correct?
Hoiberg, yeah. I'm going Nebraska.
Versus Wade Taylor.
A hot shooting Big Ten team against a Texas A&M team off a successful run in the SEC tournament. Seen this story before.
Yeah, there's 3 things to this game. 1, A&M's offensive rebounding is amazing. I'm a sucker for that at all times. 2, Nebraska is number 6 since Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh.
They haven't beat really anybody, but no one likes them. And I do. And the thing that's a clincher for me is again, somebody posted the content this week's all over the place. Somebody posted each coach's favorite musical artist. Fred Hoiberg's was Queen. Queen is probably one of my favorite bands, maybe if not favorite band. So Nebraska it is.
All right.
All right.
This next one's easy. The Darlings. Cimrelli hates this team with a passion, and it makes me like them even more than I already did. It's unbelievable. Give me the Dukes.
I will not. I'll give them to you. I will not be taking the Dukes.
Wisconsin.
Which means I'm picking Wisconsin.
Wisconsin blew their load in the Big Ten tourney.
They literally saved it up for like a month.
Yeah,
They were so bad for like a month
they really did.
and just said, "This is where we go."
This is where we go.
So we'll see what they have left. Duke, Vermont. Like every bone in my body wants to pick Vermont, but this team is not the Vermont we know from 5 years ago.
No, we're not.
No Cop and Wrath.
So, and plus it'd be sweeter if JMU beats Duke, or if Houston just bullies Duke into submission. That'd be fun too. So in a way, I hope Duke. It's a win-win. Duke's got a long way to go. Dan, you gonna ride the Keats Lightning?
No. I think it peters out much like I fell for the improbable conference tournament run most recently.
Who's that?
Georgetown.
Yep. They got housed by Colorado.
Yep.
And the guy that's from North Texas, who's now at Texas Tech, Grant McCaslin, something along those lines.
Yeah,
He's good.
McCaslin. Yes,
He's good.
He's good. He's good.
So that's my pick.
I agree. I'm going back. I'm taking Wisconsin as well. I'm taking Duke as well. I was going to take JMU, but I think I'll take Wisconsin here after what I've seen the last couple of days.
We just assumed you'd be Big Ten but okay. No, that's good.
Despite how gross.
I would have had to end the podcast if Can picked Vermont.
No. I got Duke fan Kevin. He's gonna have boots on the ground, I think, on Friday here in Brooklyn. So can't root for Vermont there for his sake. I'll go Texas Tech as well. Not a believer in NC State. And I've got Kentucky here. Campy making it in for the first time since 2011 after working at McDonald's. So good for him.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Absolutely. Well, my stats aren't loading. I thought Texas Tech was pretty hurt, but again, they didn't look very hurt when they boat raced BYU in that first half. Well, oh no, I don't see Will. I'll have to get injury. I'll have to get Don Best on Texas Tech's health. So this is the part of the show where I take a team that I don't really like and the numbers don't really like, but sometimes weird things happen. And I don't like NC State. Yeah, they're done. They're like Wisconsin. They did that. So I have Texas Tech, and I also have UK over Oakland. Oakland's bad. They struggle. That Horizon tournament was an absolute circus, and they struggled. So no. We're on the Florida versus Colorado, Boise State.
You mean Florida versus Colorado? And Florida will be advancing.
I got Florida versus Colorado as well.
I have Colorado / Boise State advancing.
Either team.
I got Florida advancing though over Colorado.
I like how Florida went from having Castleton, that giant.
Yeah, I thought that was still Castleton.
And now they have what's the other guy? Something else. Handleton.
I really thought that was Castleton for half the year.
So,
yeah, I have either. I like them both.
You going Topper Nation?
I guess if I had to lean, I thought Colorado was I thought Boise State was pretty good too. My decision here will be the rebounding efficiency of Boise. So give me them, and I thought this was the spot with Kolek's oblique, but Topper
He
Nation.
should be back. He could have played in the Big East tournament, I think.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures with oblique injuries. That takes a little while.
Yeah.
He's
said
a
he was.
he's a
I
basketball
think
player,
if
too.
he they really pushed him, he could have played in that final game. But I think he'll be back for this game.
I do too.
This Thursday. So, and I thought they played really well without him. I liked the other players stepping up, and I like where Marquette is at. You're going into the tournament with him coming back. I've got Marquette making it through here past Florida.
Me too.
I have Colorado, Boise State making it past Marquette.
All right.
Very nice.
Some
It's getting
parity in the
spicy.
picks.
I like it.
So we finish it. Who wants to finish out the South?
I'll finish it. I'll finish it out. I've got Kentucky making it. Like I was saying a second ago, I love the two pros they've got there in the backcourt, the freshmen back there, and they could score on anybody. They just got to get a couple stops. So I've got them outgunning Texas Tech, though. I do like a lot of what Texas Tech brings to the table. We've got Duke making it past Whiskey in the national championship rematch. Duke has been very gross this year, but they've got the pedigree, and I think they'll win a nail biter. I think that'll be a classic. I do think that'll be a really good game. Then I got Houston making it past Duke. But eventually, I think they do fall. I don't think they've got the firepower. I do think they fall in the regional final. I think it'll be two straight classics here from Marquette, and I think they'll outgun Kentucky and then slog it up and get enough stops against Houston. And I've got Marquette making it to the Final Four.
It will be fun to watch Marquette and Kentucky go put on offensive display. That is for sure.
I've seen too many times Sampson's team their offense is so disgusting, and I think it'll bite. Bite. I've seen them go scoreless too many times for like 7-8 minutes at a time.
It does. It do.
That game against Texas, they played on the Big Monday the one time. Just icky.
Right, but they can hold you to 10 points and a half, 15 points and a half.
They can, and they just. Samson just needs to tell Shed if they don't score like 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, then
just
don't pass.
Don't pass this possession. just you take care of it. Only pass to like Cryer if he's wide open. Shed is awesome. I really think that Houston is going to get they're going to be an absolute dogfight in round 2.
Neb
with Nebraska. I think that game is going to be awesome. JMU Duke, give me the Dukes of JMU. If Duke wins, then that's fine because then Houston gets a punch from the face. Texas Tech over UK. I think everything Cam said was true. He likes Texas team, UK, just the firepower, need to play some defense. Let's just pick this game where they stop playing it. And I have Colorado/Boise State over Marquette. And I think we're going to land on Boise there. Texas Tech over Boise. Houston over JMU, an all Big 12 regional final, and Houston punches Tech in the face.
Yeah. I've got Houston advancing past Nebraska, Duke by Wisconsin, Kentucky past Tech, and then Marquette from Florida. Then the shakeup starts the rest of the way here. Duke over Houston.
Oh, okay.
Kentucky over Marquette. Duke into the Final Four.
Duke-Kentucky rematch.
Give the people what they don't want.
That exactly.
I mean, give the networks what they want, though.
True. Yep, Dukey's into the Final Four.
Oh, God.
Duke fan Kevin, very happy.
Sorry, most of America.
ACC pride, Dan.
What would be now that we're looking at it? What would be the worst Final Four?
I think I'm 3/4 of the way there. I've got North Carolina, and Duke. That's pretty. I mean, not from a. I would hate if Arizona got in there. That team, that program pisses me off. But Carolina's, they're right up there.
Well, this next region is full of intrigue.
Yes,
Yep.
but also laid out. I said it in the pre-pro. If it's not this year, what year will it be?
Well, we'll see.
Baker's got to do it. He's got this perfect path paved for him this year. I don't know how he can't do it. We got Painter making it past Montana State, right? There's no way an HBCU the Grambling gets in here, right?
Right.
HBCU pride notwithstanding from my side. I've got Jamie going, much to Dan's chagrin. Well, actually, in this jihad,
I still love
in this jihad, he's against the Mountain West. I've had conversations in a couple other group chats. This may be Painter's toughest matchup here. This 1-9 matchup against Jamie. I think, he'll make it through.
Against Jamie.
Yeah, against Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. Utah, Tar State. No.
Yeah. No way.
I know. I just pumped up the Mountain West a little bit ago, and Tar State was the 1 seed in that conference tournament. But yeah. Dan, are you back in Jamie?
I am.
Yeah. This little pod in Salt Lake City.
Oh, Will Wade.
Will Wade's back.
The crook. Bev is on his case.
He's who Lane Kiffin wants to be.
Oh yeah.
With results.
Yeah. This guy can freaking coach, man.
I love it. But I've still got Gonzaga -5.5. So
Yeah, I'm picking the Zags, but I hope this is a good one. I thought I would have a more mercenary laden team, Wade. But I was looking at it. There's not too much. It's just kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple in there, but not anything.
But what team doesn't have a couple, right?
True. Yeah. That's why I was to my surprise. I thought I was going to find a story about this guy pistol whipped an old Asian woman at a drugstore in Dallas and is now at McNeese State. But no, there's nothing like that. It doesn't seem.
High character, guys. We talked about it before. No McCullough, the one name that has has it spelled out correctly out of any name that we've seen. Samford. Anyway, you have Kansas making it out of this?
No, I actually took McNeese last round in the last game.
Oh, yes. Very good.
Yeah, I took McNeese. I didn't think Gonzaga was going to win that game and get hot. Or every time I watch them, they just don't do it for me this year.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
they've been missing it. That's for sure.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, they were on the bubble till about a month ago. Maybe a little less.
You could argue that going down to that San Francisco St. Mary's Tuesday.
Well, they did going into that Kentucky game. They hadn't had a quad 1 win.
Oh, that's true. That really
kicked it off for them. That really changed their season and got them rolling.
Mm-hmm. Look, I still think Gonzaga's a good team. I have them -7 here for the numbers. So I think you got a good. I make it 7. You got them 5.5. I think it's a good number. So I'm taking McNeese though, and I got Samford. I know we mentioned
this lead might be insurmountable for Virginia.
Might be, yeah. Samford plays a ton of guys. They shoot crazy threes.
Press.
Altitude. Kansas has 4.5 players when healthy. Now we're down to 3.5. They really are.
Yeah.
If Kirk could have held all
what's Dickinson's status on him here?
I don't know, but assuming he's perfectly healthy, he's part of the 3.5.
He's not perfectly healthy. He's been out.
Exactly. So they have 3 players. He's down to half. If Kansas does win this game with the depth and the tude,
it'll be like by 2 points.
And the effort they put into this, the winner of McNeese Gonzaga is gonna.
Oh yeah, they're gonna coast.
Yeah, So I'm taking Sanford and setting up McNeese, Sanford. Why not?
Oh, all right. I've got like I said, I got Zags making it out, and I've got Kansas winning by the skin of their teeth, 2 points, and then I've got Gonzaga moving on.
Probably the most likely outcome.
Yes.
Scar, Oregon. We fall in love with this Oregon run.
Dana, the other bid stealer over here. Them in NC State, right?
Mm-hmm. I got Scar here.
Yeah, I've got Scar as well. I've been pretty impressed with them. See, nice story this year. Very quiet, but just kept winning. I like that big guy they've got down there. They got some attitude, and I've got them making it past Oregon here. Oregon hasn't been overly impressive this season. Obviously, they weren't going to make it in unless they won their tournament.
Dan, what do you think?
I got Oregon advancing. No, I mean I don't have much to say. I think I've caught Scar on the wrong nights to watch them to have any belief.
The one that always sticks out to me is the home game against Florida.
Did not catch that one. All right, what happened?
It was Florida. I mean, Florida was in it. It was back and forth real late, and Scar won by like probably 5.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game.
Creighton, Akron. Just makes me sick that Akron's here and not Kent.
That was a painful. Have they checked in on the kid yet? Hopefully he's doing all right.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer to lose that way.
It is.
Less.
It is bummer. But Creighton visually looks the part and does also
gross things. They're so mentally fragile, I feel like.
Yeah, that's why, let's skip ahead around. Scar's going to beat him.
Oh,
I don't know why. You exactly what you're saying, Kat.
Yeah.
The eye test, the numbers, the Creighton looks awesome. But I feel like they just have these moments.
Virginia, 0 points in 6 minutes right now.
So bad.
It's good.
It's good.
So bad it's good.
Listen, this is I've got Creighton making it past the Okron. I've got Creighton beating South Carolina. I think this is the tournament. I'm going against all the trends. Shaka's been terrible in tournaments since he's left VCU. Rick Barnes has been terrible in tournaments since he's just had bad March of voodoo, and he's continued to it this season so far. And Creighton, they have a bad reputation for being mentally fragile as a program. I'm picking all of them to expel their demons. Hopefully one of them will hit, right? Okay, Creighton making it past South Carolina there. Dan, you want to finish off this pod?
So I've got Creighton, I've got Texas, I've got Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
I was gonna say I kind of put the cart before the horse, but I was saying I think Barnes will exorcise some demons here. I've got him making it past his old school Texas. That'll be a good revenge game. Texas, they've
I'm sure that was coincidental seeding, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, well, do we want to talk about the Texas A&M and Nebraska seed?
I thought you were going to.
Yeah, a very nice factoid there.
They robbed us of the ultimate though, the St. Peter's Purdue.
Ah!
They absolutely robbed us. Looking at it though,
would you bet Purdue minus 40 in that game?
Absolutely not.
I would.
It's kind of what I'm getting at here, because so when we go through the Midwest here, is Purdue sneaky rooting for Gonzaga or Kansas to advance? Because if not, they're going to have a week to think about McNeese or Samford. Think about it. They had a week to think about St. Peter's, and they crumbled.
Well, they thought about St. Peter's, but they thought they were going to walk past them.
See,
After
exactly.
they beat Kentucky and
Yeah, but now they're on high. Well, did they lose to somebody? Who did they lose to the year before? Oh no, it was
they lost to North
before.
Texas also. I think it's
They lost to Arkansas Little Rock.
Little Rock, yeah,
not
with
Pine
Beard.
Bluff, Little Rock, yeah. They were a 3 seed that year, right? I think something.
Look,
like
it doesn't matter. TCU is going to beat them.
Yeah.
Painter's going to – this team,
no,
like Cam was saying, he's bucking the trends. I'm going to ride him there a year. Give me
Yep.
TCU over Purdue.
Me too.
Oh, JB.
Just
doing
no.
it.
I've got Purdue making a pass there. We've got Gonzaga advancing, and I've got Purdue making a pass Gonzaga.
I've got TCU over the Zags into the Elite Eight.
I've got go ahead, AY.
No, for keeping score at home, my Sweet 16 in this region is 9, 12, 6, 7.
Very hefty. Big numbers.
TCU, McNeese. I got McNeese moving on to the Elite Eight.
Woo, Will Wade.
This thing is good matchups for them. They got good defensive metrics. Scar over Creighton, Texas over Rick Barnes. That's a coaching matchup. Terry versus Barnes, like, made the least worst man win there.
Yeah.
Texas moves on. Texas over Scar, McNeese over TCU, and Texas over McNeese to give me my third Big 12 team in the final.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. It's just the way it happened, which is fine. If that's how if it happens naturally. I'm
Virginia
okay.
5 for 24 from the field. Very good.
Not good. McNeely though 6 points, 2 of 8 shooting.
He hit those 2 threes back to back, I think. They had that 6-point explosion to get to 12 points and have scored 2 points since.
Yeah.
I've got Purdue here. Like I said, Barnes making it past his old employers. Barnes making it past Creighton. And I got a rematch of that Elite Eight matchup we had not Elite Eight, Sweet 16 matchup a couple years ago, right?
Which one was that? Texas, Tennessee?
No, when Tennessee played Purdue.
Oh, that was what was
I think it was a Sweet 16 because Painter's never been to a Final Four.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they lost to Virginia that same year.
Yes, in the Elite Eight, I believe. Yeah.
Top Dyke.
So Purdue. I got Purdue making it.
You can't feel good about that.
I don't. I've been thinking it. I've been feeling it since January, actually. If they were able to still stay healthy, I do believe in their guards this year. I think they're good. And obviously they've got Ziti. So
If this was like my first year of following it, I would feel great about them, yeah.
Yeah. They're bound to make it 1 year. They're due.
True.
They're due.
I don't disagree there. Okay. Dan, let's hear your Final Four and run it
I
through.
got TCU over Purdue also, Gonzaga over Kansas, Creighton over Oregon, Tennessee over – who did I pick in that game?
Probably Texas.
Then I got Creighton over Tennessee, TCU over Gonzaga, Creighton into the Final Four. The mental midget of my choice is the Creighton Blue Jays in the Midwest. The mental midget Midwest. There you go.
Yeah, full of them with Tennessee. Texas and Terry, Purdue, Creighton. There's a lot there. All right, so let's finish this off. I got Con, Baylor, Houston, and Texas. 3 Big 12 teams. Just the way it happened. 2 1 seeds. That's foreign territory here.
For you.
Foreign territory. And what's even the squarest thing of all, I have UConn versus Houston.
Very square.
I think I had Houston or Gonzaga in my finals the last 5 years straight. This is the year. Let's go, Houston.
Wow, Samson.
All right.
I would be happy about that. I do like Samson a lot.
I am nervous about the offense scoring, but just shed, baby.
I'm going. So I refresher. I've got UConn and UNC. I've got UConn moving on there. Then I've got Marquette and Purdue. I've got Purdue moving on there. And I've got UConn beating Purdue in the final matchup.
Okay. I've got Con, Carolina, Duke, and Creighton. I've got Con over Carolina and Duke over Creighton. Con over Duke in a rematch of
to
they
99.
played the Okafor Final Four when Con won it.
When they beat Georgia Tech.
90. What year was it? Yeah, what year did they play each other?
2001.
That was 01. That was when they beat Schenser.
Schenser.
That was Schenser.
Bosch was on that team, right?
Yeah.
They played in 90.
Garrett Jack. Yeah, it was 97. It was Con won. It was the Khalid El-Amin, Rip Hamilton. Let's see here real quick. But that will repeat itself.
I think 97 Zona went to the Final Four, didn't they?
So it's 98, 99, excuse me.
All right.
77, 74 Con.
0 points in the last 9 minutes and 18 seconds.
Yeah, 97 was Zona.
Yeah, so on that team for the UConn Huskies.
Wait, is that year they had Jake Voshkol?
That was a Voshkol on there, yep.
Nice.
It was 28 minutes played, 1 field goal attempt, 1 field goal made. That's it.
He knows his role.
3 rebounds.
He was the enforcer, man. Actually, was really an enforcer.
On the Duke team, Trajan Langdon, Elton Brand, Shane Battier, Corey Maggette. Off the bench, 6th man. Wow.
The last 9 minutes.
Con was favored by 9.5 in that game.
Really?
Both teams only had 2 losses the whole year.
What was the final score?
77-74. So Duke actually only had 1 loss going into that game. Crazy.
And they were getting 9.5?
Getting 9.5.
Holy smokes.
Easy win there.
I'd like to think I would have taken the 9.5, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would have been scared to not lay it. I know that. I mean, you got a team with 1 loss from the ACC. I'm definitely laying the 9.5 in that game. I don't know. What was this? I just closed out. Let me see what the score at halftime was. It was Duke up by 2, actually. So, yeah, I don't remember that. The first one I really remember was I randomly do remember that Arizona winning it, but I remember the crazy Cleaves. Who was it?
Morris Peterson.
That was a crazy. Michigan State won it against North Carolina. No, against Florida.
Florida.
But they beat Wisconsin, who was like a 9 seed. That was Tulsa was
involved. That was a gross Wisconsin team.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was at Seager's house for that game.
So that's the one I really remember for the
that was 2000.
Yeah.
2000.
Here's a good tournament. I don't know how.
2001 Final Four. That was a good one. Duke, Michigan State, Maryland, Zona. That was Juan Dixon's year. Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lonnie Baxter on that team.
Steve Blake. Yeah, that team was good.
Balake.
Well, good deal. I forgot we're still live here. So okay, there we go. Enjoy the tournament. Enjoy spring practice.
And enjoy your summer.
Enjoy your summer. Congrats to Oppenheimer. I just thought of it because there was a Barbie commercial on. Go watch Barbie. Go watch Oppenheimer.
Did you guys see Dune 2 yet?
Have not.
No, I haven't.
It's gonna win Best Picture next year.
Could be.
Could be. We'll see. Of the 5 movies I've seen for 2024, none of those will win Best Picture. I can promise you that. I mean, they've all been pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, the winner, the actual winner of Best Picture for this year will be released this coming week or this coming Friday. Ghostbusters Frozen Kingdom or Frozen Empire, whatever that's called. Ghostbusters 4 is what it's called.
Frozen custard. Good luck on your wagers this week. For me, AY. People say capital. Blue say the Commonwealth. Pennsylvania to my west. D-Berg.
Good night, all.
And Can to my east.
Good night, all.
Thank you for listening. Enjoy March. Then April. And enjoy your summer. Have a good one.